The question is, if you have been injured as a result of medical malpractice, should you talk to anyone associated with the hospital? We had a woman several weeks ago who called in, and she believed that she had an injury that was a result of medical malpractice, and that was her exact question. Should she speak to the hospital? If you're watching at home and you're going through something similar, you may be asking yourself the same question. Should you speak to someone associated with the hospital? After all, how else are they going to know what happened to you if you don't tell them? The answer to that is no. You should not speak to them without having first hired an attorney, which means that you should not ever speak to them without your own attorney present. It's not going to end well for you if you attempt to speak to a risk manager or anyone associated with a hospital on your own. A risk manager is not only attempting to evaluate the nature of your claim, to evaluate how much money your claim might end up costing the hospital. That risk manager is also trying to establish the credibility of your claim. And that risk manager is going to ask you questions, whether intended or not, that will possibly discredit your claim. You are under no obligation to give statements to anyone associated with the hospital. You're under no obligation to comply or cooperate with an entity that's injured you. And so you should immediately consult with an attorney. And by the way, if you are being contacted by a risk manager, that probably means that you have a pretty decent malpractice case, that they are taking it seriously, and you want to engage with an attorney who has experience in medical malpractice. And if you are in this position and you have questions about it, we would be more than happy to sit down with you and answer any questions that you might have.